Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Daily Coaching. I'm going to do a Facebook Live as we go really quick. And the reason is I'm going to bring some of my Facebook Live people over to Free Daily Coaching. I'm going to show you how. Hey, good morning on Facebook Live. We're also doing a webinar on air. So we have two things going. We're doing our free daily coaching. So I'm just going to go ahead and look straight ahead here and say, first of all, if you're down on Facebook this morning, you're going to want to come over and visit us at freedailycoaching.com. Again, it's freedailycoaching.com. And you're going to want to do that because this morning's topic, we're going to talk about leverage. Now, yesterday, I actually did a video live from the ranch, and we talked a little bit about implementing some things in real life, really actually starting to implement some of the ideas and concepts that you're using in your business, but actually doing that in real day-to-day life, right? And then also taking things from your day-to-day life and implementing in the business and actually letting things have a lot of crossover. Thanks for all the hearts. Good morning, Judy and Martin. I see you guys over here on Facebook. I see some other people are joining. It doesn't on the Facebook Live tell you exactly who's joining, but I would like to just encourage, if you're over on Facebook Live to and watching, to visit us at freedailycoaching.com, because in just a few minutes we're going to stop broadcasting on Facebook Live and just be broadcasting over here on Free Daily Coaching. So if you want to get all of the nuggets that we're going to talk about this morning about leverage, then you really want to join us over here on freedailycoaching.com. So come over, register for the webinar, get over here and be here live. So good morning, everyone that's here at FDC. Good morning, and thanks for the hearts. Good morning to those I see David and Judy joined us. I see Ruby Torres is here. So hey, what's up, Ruby? Hey, Tamika is here again. Hey, it's great to see you. I don't know if it's Tamika or Tamika. So you're gonna have to tell me. So I'm not always so great at pronouncing. So this morning, yesterday we talked about it, and this morning I really wanted to talk about leverage and how you could actually start to use some leverage in your business, how I was able to use the idea of leverage in my business and a real-time example. Okay, I'm going to give you a real-time example of something that we were able to do and use leverage. Now, this might not be applicable for every single person, right? You may not have this exact ability. That's exactly it. It's freedailycoaching.com. If you join us over there, that's where we're gonna really be getting to it. And so I'm gonna show a couple different examples of leverage and of things that you can start to do in your business to get different results. Now, of course, everyone's results are gonna vary. Your results may not be the exact same as the results that I got, because your situation may not be the exact same. The concept, okay, the concept and the idea of leverage and how you can apply it is absolutely the same each and every time. So no matter what your situation and where you're at, you're going to be able to use leverage this exact same way to get something that you either desire or require. Right? Because that's ultimately what the name of the game is to get the things in life that you desire and require, right? That's what everyone's striving for, and that's what we want to have. That's what we want to have leverage for, to be able to get to the desires and the requires, right? Quicker and faster and easier in a way that's going to be the most conducive for you, right? So that you can actually go out and take some proactive steps to actually achieve the results. So let's talk about one of the ways to do this. Well, one of the easiest, fastest ways, well, and you know what? Hey, if you're over on Facebook Live, you need to jump over, okay, it's pronounced Tamika. All right, well, now we know. If you're wondering about this, you need to come over to Free Daily Coaching, because right now, the rest of this broadcast and the rest of this, we're gonna give away over on Free Daily Coaching. So again, if you're joining us here on the live, join us over at Free Daily Coaching, where we're talking about leverage and how you can start to apply this concept. We're gonna actually break down a few ways that we've been using leverage over the past few years, and it's benefited our business massively. Now you can actually start to do this too. So we'll see you over there. Okay, so we finished the Facebook Live and we're here. So let's talk about leverage. So there was a good example of how I was using the leverage of the fact that we have been doing free daily coaching now for a couple of years, right? And I want to leverage the fact we got massive flies because it's super hot out and the door's open. So if you see me freaking out all the time, it's because there's flies like flying all over. Leverage just, oh, there goes one right on my face, right? Actually, I'm using Facebook Live, right, to bring people free daily coaching. Why? Well, because with free daily coaching, this is where we can actually start to communicate with people on a regular basis. We can email and tell them, hey, you know, this is what we're doing. This is where we're at, right? We can start to communicate even more with them on a regular basis if they join the coaching. And also for those that can't, for maybe there's people that are watching the Facebook Live that can't get over here or whatever, they're going to then reach out, hey, I can't get over here. How do I connect here? So I was using leverage right there in real time on this leverage webinar to show you that this is really, really, really a simple concept, right, that anyone can start to use. So the way that leverage works is you're trying to find something that you have easily accessible to you, okay? That's readily available that you could use right here, right now, and start to apply, right? And that's something, so imagine if there's a teeter-totter. Or it's a plank, just a long plank. So imagine that my arm is that plank. And when you're talking about the thing that you can find that's easily accessible, you're putting the block, right, the closer to you, okay? And so that's giving you leverage. Okay, that's it. It's a pretty simple concept. When you use something that's easily and accessible and available to you, that has value to others, leverage. That's it. If you have easy access for amounts of knowledge, which is, again, is just another form of access to something that others have a massive amount of need for or requirement for, then you now have massive leverage. That's it. It's a really simple concept. Now, how do you actually start to apply that in your day-to-day life? Well, not too long ago, my wife and I were thinking that we would like to be able to do some bigger things in our business. And one of those was to be able to share this ranch experience with people, have them come and stay here, you know, and not here, this didn't exist, right? To be able to come and stay with us at our house. They could see like how we were doing things with the animals and stuff. And we could really, like, this would be really fun, right? But then we found the location in Colorado then of where we wanted to go. That place, when we started looking around, was gonna be like millions of millions, like couples of millions. And so we said, okay, well, that's going to probably be a couple years until we can get to that, so we can go to do that. So that was fine. We were like, all right, that's a goal, that's a mission. And then as we were talking and thinking, we're thinking of ways, how could we do that faster? How could we get there faster? How could we do something similar to that faster, right? So then the idea is, okay, what's the leverage here? How is it possible that we could go and get a place that we could do something like this? So we looked into different options. What are the different options? Renting and leasing and all these different kinds of options, right? And at that time I remembered, hey, I know my father built this house out in Nevada, but no one lives there. So I don't think it's totally done. I'm not sure what the deal is. Maybe we could do something with that place, right? That's how it started. And then it was just an idea. And I said it out loud, and my wife said, yeah, that's a good idea. You should text him and ask. And I thought she was just joking or whatever. And then I started texting him. And this is the crazy part. Because no one was living here, and because it's way out in the country, That's why no one lives here, because it's way out in the country. Not that many people have that opportunity to be able to live way out in the country unless they're retired, right? And that's what originally was built like. That's why it's such a big, grandiose home. It was built like this big retirement home that then all the family could come and visit, right? Which is perfect. It's like a big family home where people could come and visit, like where we could do events and people could come and visit, right? So the things started to line up. So this is where it gets crazy, is that, so we come and see the property and see the place and decide if we want to, you know, come and try this for a while and see if we want to live out here. And the rate we got was really good. You know, we don't have to pay an exorbitant amount of rent. I mean, it's, you know, it's rent. And then we have to lease out or rent out our current home that we were living in Colorado, because we own that home, right? So this is where it gets crazy. Imagine if, and this is what we did. We went through all this interview process to find our current tenant or to find a prospective new tenant. And literally during that time, we thought we whittled it down to the final 3, and I get a phone call. And because of the nature of our business, I just usually answer my phone. I answered my phone. I got a call from a gentleman that asked if he could, if the place was still for rent. I said, yeah, you know, I think we got down to our final 3. And he said, well, what if I was willing to pay, you know, extra rent, like more than what you're asking? Would that change the picture? And this gentleman was willing to pay quite a bit more than what we were asking for the rent. I said, wow, you know what? Yeah, that would probably make a difference. Let me speak with my wife and I'll call you back. He said, okay. I hung up the phone. What that caller did was use massive leverage to his advantage. And the leverage was that he had cash. He had easily and readily access to money, okay? And he knew that people that rent their properties like to make money, right? That was it. So he had leverage. So he wanted a house. He didn't have great credit, whatever his deal was, but he had the cash. So he said, hey, I'd be willing to pay an exorbitant amount of rent if you would rent to me. Would that even be an option? Would that be a consideration? Right? So he used massive leverage. Well, by him using that leverage, then that gave us the ability to be able to use leverage and go, yeah, all right, so now I'm making, you know, X amount more than I was before, right, at my current home, and now this over here isn't as much, right? That's leverage. That's massive leverage, right? So now let's fast forward. How can you start to use more leverage, right, in your business? Right now, we're doing the same thing with the next project that we're doing at the ranch, right? Here at the flooring. It's the same thing with growing the bacon. We talked about it yesterday. I'll take all this time, right? Whatever it is, 9 months to grow all these pigs, and I'll have, you know, whatever amount of pigs in the next couple months. All those pigs, not only will they provide food for our family, but then I'll be able to go out and I'll be able to get free food that feeds the animals, right? That's leverage. Why? Because I just used something once and now I'm just pulling that lever every time, and it's like an even Steven, boom, boom, boom. Now it's just running, it's a machine, right? That's leverage. If you can get something to go up and running and keep it going, that's massive leverage. Why? Well, because everyone else has to get up and run the whole thing, the whole course every day. You don't have to run the whole course every day because you set up a system. You now have automation. Why? Well, because you've done something that set things in motion that get results, and that keeps on happening, right? And that's the example I gave yesterday with feeding these pigs out. And then now I'm going to be able to take these pigs to the guys that provide us hay and to some other guys that provide us straw, right? All that, and be like, hey, how about if I give you a pig, right? How much? I give you this much pork, and how much will that equal out into hay, right? And so now I can literally create the system that feeds itself essentially and keeps on going. How could you do that in your business? How could you start to do that in your business? How could you start to use what you already easily and readily have accessible to you? That may be knowledge, that may be products and services. That could be tons of different things. It could be your time, right? What do you have easily available that is sought after by others, that would be valuable to others? And if you don't physically possess it, like you don't have the skill set, you don't have the physical products, whatever, then you just go find someone's that you can represent, that you can affiliate and use that as the leverage, right? That's even more leverage sometimes, because now it's not you, it's someone else. They're like, hey, look at this guy, look at this gal. How amazing is this? So easy concepts to start applying leverage in your business. The question is, will you do it? Will you go out and identify it? And that's the reality is most people don't, right? Most people just want to sit around. They want to talk about themselves and how awesome they are, and they have all these great ideas, right, about how things could be, but they don't go implement. That's the reality. So if you want to not be part of that, if you want to be part of a reality that you create, then start to use leverage. Start to use what you have access to, what's readily available to you, to your advantage. Start giving value, massive value to the people that are looking for what you have. And if you have nothing, or you feel that you have nothing, then go find someone that does and be an affiliate of theirs. Because there's plenty of things that are out there that are selling, right? Because ultimately that's what you want to do, is you want to sell stuff so that you can make money, most of you, right? If you have some other altruistic idea about what you're doing, then you might want to do something different for a while. Like go do that altruistic thing. But if you're working in marketing and trying to build a business online, that the goal and the objective is to make money. That's the goal of any business. So how can you do that? You can start applying leverage. What is leverage? It's using something that you have easily and readily access to, that other people find value in, and using that to your advantage. I gave a couple of examples of how it's played out just in my own personal life. And in over the next few days, we're going to talk about this subject more, because I want to start outlining this even more, because this is something that people aren't talking about enough, that really can be used to everyone's advantage, especially if you're new. That's what helped me out so good when I was new. And because I used so much leverage when I was new, I just kept on using it, because it was a skill set that I learned, right? And then I just kept applying it as I scaled up my business and I scaled my life. I've tried to keep on using that concept. So we'll talk about this more. We gave a few little examples this morning. And what I would like and encourage is tomorrow for you to come over and let's maybe have a couple of people raise their hand and get an idea of, did you think of something that you could use as leverage? Do you have an idea of something that you could use for leverage? Let's talk about that. Let's see if maybe we can tweak the idea. Or maybe you think you have something, but you're not sure how to use it. And let's talk about that tomorrow on Free Daily Coaching. Let's talk about what you could do in your business to really be able to start to use leverage. I gave you a couple of real simple examples today. We're going to get into some more complex examples later in the week. But tomorrow, let's specifically talk about what you could do. So we'll see you the next time. Thanks for joining us here at freedailycoaching.com. Remember, if you see us over on Facebook Live in the mornings right before FDC, it's fine to give a shout out on there, and go ahead and put the freedailycoaching.com link in there so that other people know, hey, we're over here. We're not just on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you the next time.